I would like to connect with all of you. And I was wanting to connect with my tribe. And I would like to talk to somebody in person and be with someone in person. And I figured I would just talk to my doodles and ask you guys if you're ready for an activation. Welcome to downtown Santa Monica. I don't have the shred sled this morning. King Big Ben came back from his trip and he picked me up. And we went to his place. And I fell asleep really early. And yeah, I guess I've just been sleeping a lot. My spirits feel high. Some people around me. Hey, I'm going to do my check-in, then you do your check-in, okay? All right. And go ahead and put it in the chat, and then I can be in conversation with you. The more specific you are, the more I can be deeper in conversation with you to begin with. So you could share something like, my struggle is I'm feeling lonely because I would like to have more people with shared interests to do what I like to do. And that includes not just my meaning and purpose, but I also want to be around others who share the same lifestyle as me and would like to shred the sled at the beach, whether it's on the waves and go surfing or skateboard and aerial arts, acrobatics. I would be doing way more ninja stuff. I will be doing more ninja stuff, and I could say I am doing more ninja stuff, gradually more and more. Last night I had a tender talk. It was the first tender talk I've had where Big Ben was kind of like, he was like a little feisty, and I was able to not get triggered. You know, I wanted to share something with you guys. He was so triggered. When people are upset, could we please not be defensive? Please don't do that. This poor being. Drink some love juice, baby. You're such a little doo-doo. Look how lovable you are. Drink it. Good job. They're so upset. Of course they're picking a fight with you. He was so cute. He's like basically saying that he's worried because I told him I have a wandering eye and I identify as non-attached and I don't believe in monogamy, and at this time I really don't have interest in being with anyone else. However, I'm a big huge flirt. Everyone knows that. This is what I said to him. I said, just like I want honesty and transparency and truth, I want to give the same to you. Hey, goddess.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good to see you around. Uh-huh. I always see them across the street. Usually I don't get to say hi. I know everyone in Santa Monica. When you skateboard, you get to know everyone. So here's what I want to tell you. If somebody gets upset, then the worst thing you can do is get defensive and start to explain. Do you want to know what I said to Big Ben? I said, he's upset, and I said, like, my intention is to give you reassurance and let you know that I only have eyes for you right now. Look at this. I love when you guys do stuff like that to me. Could you please do stuff like that? Only have eyes for you right now. Look at this. I love when you guys do stuff like that to me. Could you please do stuff like that? Okay? I said, my need is to reassure you or my intention is to reassure you because I think that you're needing reassurance. Is that true? So if someone is accusing you and attacking you, you're needing reassurance. Is that true? So if someone is accusing you and attacking you, so if they're looking at you accusing you and they're like, you did it, how could you? I want you to be like, if it's true, I want you to say, yeah, it's true. I can tell that this is impacting you. Like, if that's the truth. Obviously, they're upset. You could say, I could tell that you're upset, and that's important to me. And I could, or you could say, I could hear that it's important to you. It's important to me, too. What do you mean? I never said it was important. Well, you're bringing it up to me, and by the way your voice sounds, I can feel my body leaning in. Tell them what's happening in your body. Feel my body leaning in. I just want to hug you, my little doobadoo. Because then talk about your feelings. I'm feeling sad. I have a deep desire to contribute to your thriving. So I didn't say all that. It made me feel good to give Ben the reassurance he wanted. My gorgeous king. I love him so much. I told him I want a partner for life. And I don't believe in monogamy. So he didn't like that. I could tell. He didn't say he didn't like it. But I could tell it scared him. And I said, listen, I'm going to prove to you right now monogamy doesn't work. I was like, how come you don't talk to your ex anymore? How come you're still not with her? I said, I want to be with you forever. I don't want us to ever break up. And if we are monogamous, we will break up. And then we won't talk to each other again. I want to be in a tribe. And I don't want to be your only partner. We already know that you're not going to be my last partner. I told him that. I said, you're not going to be the last partner. I don't want my partners to leave forever. I want them to stay. I want them to be with me for life, and I want their partners to be a match to me vibrationally, because they will be. Because anyone who's a vibrational match to my partner, who's a vibrational match to me, they're all going to be a vibrational match too. Those are our people. And when we have an abundance model, we all take care of each other. It's a shift from fear to love. We all love each other. And if we love each other and we have an abundance model, we don't get jealous. We don't think that this person's going to take our person away from us and we're never going to be able to have them, because if they see anyone else, then they're not going to like us. Well, what if I told you variety is the spice of life? And love birding, I don't believe in love birding. Not when I have like who knows how many exes and I don't get to be friends with them or talk to them or have them in my life. I don't want a revolving door of people. I don't want that. I don't believe that we're supposed to be alone like that. I'm pretty sure that's going to change our DNA, make us more like bugs, like workers, because bugs are all about working. This is what I look like with no makeup, because I get the makeup tattoo. It's so amazing, waking up with perfect eyeliner and perfect eyebrows and perfect lipstick every single time. So my struggle is I want my tribe. I would say I'm in 5 steps of global liberation. I'm attracting my soul tribe. That's the 4th step. You guys are my soul tribe. Okay? Dooba-doodles. I love you so much. Now you tell me your struggles. What are your celebrations? Alice 1 says, yes, let's get away from attachment. Yeah, true love is non-attached. Paisley says, I understand what you're saying. Okay, someone's asking about my housing. I have a place at 2nd in Santa Monica for $56 a month. I got housed and they taking care of the poor people. Yeah. I don't want us to use money. I don't believe in money. I want you guys to tell me what your struggles are. looking up here. Someone said, I fell down a rabbit hole the other day after I seen you in the LA protest. Hey, Goddess, Stevie. Oh, yeah. Good to see you. Come hang out. You guys see, everyone knows I live at Step Up. See, this is called the projects, right? If you guys come here, you'll notice there's pee smell. There's flies all over. I love it. I'm right at home with the smell. There's flies all over. I love it. I'm right at home with the misfits. Look at the lobby, if you guys can see it. I had to wear a gas mask first month, then you get used to it. Hallway is more of a cigarette smell. People like to come in the hallway, the stairwell. The hallway usually just smells like rotting trash. But Monday through Friday, we have people come and clean. We have a wonderful security guard. He comes during work hours Monday through Friday. There's a on-site office with the manager, and there's a caseworker. There's full wraparound care here. There's a kitchen, a food pantry. There's many outreach workers. There's a nurse, a therapist. My therapist comes here. There's a life skills worker. There's their office. It's full wraparound care. I signed up for everything. I was like, give me everything. There's wraparound care. I signed up for everything. I was like, give me everything. There. Okay, you guys. I'm back. Welcome to the dojo. This is how I live. And this is a mat. But I like to sleep on the wood. It's so comfy. These are interlocking acacia wood tiles. And I regularly wash them with essential oils and make them glorious. In fact, usually I come in and wash my feet. My feet are gross. I gotta wash my feet. And then I can show you guys how beautiful my place is. So for $56 a month, I live 1 block from the beach in downtown Santa Monica. Right in the middle of everything, Santa Monica Boulevard. And my life's getting better and better ever since I got housed. I don't have to worry about a lot of the stresses that I had to deal with before. I was sober for 2 years, and what I realized 5 years ago, so I'm sober almost 7 years now. So after being sober for 2 years, I realized market economy is our addiction. That it's so much more than drugs and alcohol. That market economy makes it so we have these wounds. And we don't even know that we're reacting from these wounds, because market economy, it uses deserve language and it says things like should and shame. And with deserve language, it does another phenomena of denial of choice. Market economy makes it so the workers deny their choice. And then there's deserved language. If you don't do the system, and the system is this way, because it has to be, and we have to work. That just sounds so awful. And I knew, like, something's not right. I was like, I believe, I started to find out the wounds. So you want to know what the 3 wounds are? I'll tell you. Number 1 is the wound of scarcity. Because in order to have a market economy work, you must create scarcity, which means you withhold all of the resources. So everyone has to mobilize, and they have to go get trinkets and the pebbles. And they're like, here, we have all the pebbles and feathers and trinkets. Can we have some of our needs met, please? And then the warlords who win, and they're usually the most powerful and traumatized and angry. And I found out that a lot of the war commanders were taking pep pills, which is basically methamphetamine. I didn't even know that that's what a pep pill was. And I found out like people who are leading us was like they're all suffering these wounds and having these codependent relationships where they don't really care about those they're relating to, and they're relating to all of us. And when market economy is being run by such few people who are in power, and then it gets entangled in government, then you have all kinds of chaos and violence and death, and we don't want that. So 5 years ago, I was completely sober, and I had this teacher, Mickey Kashtan, and she was like, called it the pinch of the market economy. She was like feeling the pinch. And she does things like she won't charge. She just has people give, like she wants the less of two. She wants to know what people can give, what they're able to give. And she wants to know what they want to give. And she will take the less. She will not take what they can give if it's more than what they want to give. And she won't take what they want to give if it's more than what they can give. You get what I'm saying? So someone might say, oh, well, I want to give $200, but I really can only give 50. She's going to be like, well, just give me 50. You get what I'm saying? So someone might say, oh, well, I want to give $200, but I really can only give 50. She's going to be like, well, just give me 50. So I decided to just like why even do that? Why? So I went to the people who don't use money. And at 2 years sober, I just, like, it wasn't even about my sobriety at that point. It was about finding who I was. I was not like any of these labels or titles or anything I had accumulated. I was not any of that. I was not even this, whatever my manifestation is, you want to call it. And I went to the beach and I lived with the poor people, and I found out they're just like me. And I tried to think that the police and the sanitation were different and I would other them. I still had this dualistic mindset. I realized they're just like me too. Everyone just like me. And that's the shift from fear. Market economy is all about fear. It's a scarcity model. When we shift to love, we don't have to have market economy. We don't have to have government. When we shift to love, the wounds of scarcity, separation, and lack of our meaning and purpose, those are the three wounds. We don't have our meaning and purpose because we have to go make money. We just do whatever to make money. We don't do what our heart tells us to do. I'm letting you know that there's something that you are meant to do. And you are brought here by something incredible and more powerful than any of us can fathom. And it's also us that brought us here. And that's what's so cool is we're multidimensional. We're God, but we're also like ourself, and God is out here watching us, but God's also inside us. And then we are the creator. And it's like we're everything. And you can't think like I'm this and not that. And this is true, so that's not. Everything is true. Everything's also not true. And the mindset of fear wants to other and be dualistic. The mindset of love, everyone wants to snuggle. I've done so much research about snuggling. And I can see sharks, snakes, spiders. You could find these simple little fish. You think they have no personality? You're wrong. They're just like us, all of us. Bees, every single creature wants love and snuggles. I'm letting you know. We all got the same body sensations and feelings and universal needs. So when I see things like, oh, these creatures have demonstrated empathy and they care about each other. It's just another us. It's just now they got scales. Or look, there's skeletons on the outside instead of the inside. Or we just got some differences. But if you really want to go down to the DNA, we're all pretty much the same. You just got little tweaks here and there. And why do we all have to be the same anyway? Like, I don't want us to be. I want us to be beautiful treasures that are all different. And my spiritual awakening journey began in 2018, in the summer when I lost my kids. And I cry about my kids every day. I have nightmares all the time. I miss them a lot. They're not that far from me. I could just go see them. You know, but I've been locked up a lot, and I'm not sure about that right now. And going to the beach and living with the poor people, I also realized that I can't save everyone. I realized that I'm not supposed to save everyone. And that's very, very relaxing to my electrical magnetic system. I really like that. And knowing that I don't have to save everyone, I don't have to figure it out. I'm just here to find myself. I'm just here to find what my meaning and purpose is. The 3 wounds of domination system: separation. And that makes it hard to get back to ourselves. Because when we're separated, it's harder to figure it out alone. We've got no one to model it after. We've just got to, find the answers. And separation makes us easier to control, just like scarcity. Separation makes us easier to control, just like scarcity. Not having our meaning and purpose is the worst wound of all, because it makes us ask the question, what is it all worth anyway? And the answer is you've got incredible positive change that you're here to bring, and you're worth it. So work it. And keep working it, because it'll work if you work it. You're worth it. The 12 steps of the 12 steps of recovery, doesn't matter what type of recovery you do. And the 12 steps tells us that you must have a higher power. The government says that you got to keep the higher power out. I say that we do not need governors or leaders, that's only in order to be able to own land. And if you don't own land and instead you are stewards and you take care of the land, then you will naturally go to fellowships who are servants and take care of the land, and you will not be trying to own it and control it. There's 2 ways of being. One is separation, fear, and scarcity, and using our power over. And then that way, what I accumulate is mine. But the other way is togetherness, abundance, the fact that we are all a master and gods, and we are co-worshiping each other. And the model is abundance and flow, raising of willingness and capacity, not votes and money. And the model is doing what is your heart's desire in the service of benefiting everyone, not to accumulate and not even to raise clout. It is only for the joy of giving. That is what it's about. Yeah. And we have That's So Cool says, trying to save the world, but not your kids. Whenever we have but in a sentence, everything said before it can be discounted. And I don't look at the chat, but I'm going to talk about that. So let me ask you a question. Let's say you're me, okay? Let's say 7 years ago, you leave your children alone and your oldest is 10 years old and you don't think anything of it if he's awake and the 2-year-old and the 8-year-old are asleep and he's got his phone. Let's say you leave your kids alone and then you go out and you get drunk because that's your thing and you want to get sober, but you can't. And while you're out, you end up finally getting arrested. It's like now the jig is up. And it's been a long time. And you've gotten away with it. And you're rich. And everyone thinks that you're doing great at life. But actually, you're not. You're not doing great. Now you're doing great. All of a sudden, people got a lot to say to me. They got things to say to me like, but what about your kids? Before, no one said that to me. When I had 5 houses and a ranch in Costa Rica and full-time staff working for me, they never said stuff like that to me. They never said, what about your kids? As soon as I started to choose the journey of light, I've got these people like you coming on saying, what about your kids? And they're not saying it because they want to support me and empower me and because they actually want me to be with my kids. They're saying it because they're hurting and they're projecting their shame and their pain and their outrage onto me. That's why. Okay, because you don't know me. No one ever said that to me until I got sober and actually got my life together and actually started to be honest and live a decent life and have healthy interdependent relationships where I was not in a cycle of using each other. And now people got a lot to say. Because on the outside, when you got money and you got everything, now I'm a servant. You think I don't want to be with my kids? Let me tell you something. My kids were brutally taken away from me. They were taken to an orphanage. My daughter had a couple minutes. They just brought her to where my boys were because they separate the ages in these orphanages. And my boys just they separate the ages in these orphanages. And my boys just had a couple minutes to say bye to their sister. They didn't see her for almost 6 months. And my daughter was still breastfeeding. She just turned 2 years old. She was only 25 months old when they took her away. She had no idea what was going on. She didn't see me for a month. She didn't see her brothers for 6 months. My boys got put 2 hours away from my daughter. And my boys had 4 placements. My daughter is in her 3rd placement. Their sister is still separate from those brothers. And I fought. So let's say you're me. Something like that happens. You do everything the court says. You do 18 months in drug and alcohol treatment centers. You get letters. You do psychiatric evaluations because when you're a mourning mother and you have these really traumatic visits with your children in offices for 1 to 3 hours, that's all you get. And it's 1 or 2 times a week. It's not enough. And you go months at a time not seeing your kids and you're devastated. And you cry, and then they call you mentally ill because you're mourning your children who are living in close by, but you and your kids are suffering, and your kids are devastated. And they're now in a strange school with kids they don't know, with parents who are hitting them and beating them, and these kids are coming to the visits with bruises. And if you say anything like, hey, why don't they have clean clothes? Why do they have bruises? My child says that you hit them. My child said there was a gun. Whenever I say anything, then it's used against me. And I'm letting you know, there used to be 1 meeting a month for parents like me to get support called Parent Partners. Now there's not even 1 meeting a year for us to go to. But every week you can find multiple meetings for people who want to adopt kids or people who are fostering kids. You can find multiple support groups and resources and funding. There's absolutely no funding or programs or meetings or groups for parents like me. And you can look it up. Parent Partnership no longer has their monthly meetings. And I go to the office of Rico. I talk to him. I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on lawyers. When I couldn't have an attorney, my public defender was basically working for the government. More than half of the kids taken away never go back to their parents. There's way more funding into adopting kids out than to getting them home, so the likelihood of them coming home is not good. And this is a huge issue. And when you guys are pointing your finger at me and shaming and shoulding, I want you to know that you are just projecting your own pain, which I care about and I love you. And I know that you're not trying to attack me, that you don't know what you're doing. I know that. I know that it hurts you to say stuff like that to me. And I don't want you to feel like you're able to hurt me like that, because I know the pain that you are in. Okay? And I care about your pain. And I want you to live in a world with more love. I want you to live in a world where people don't look at you with shame and should and say, oh yeah, but you want to change the world, but what about your own kids? Or I want you to live in a world where people look at you and say, hey, you want to know something? I love you. I want to know how to support you. All I can think about is you're thriving. And I affirm more power, more glory, more divinity to you, beautiful being. I love you. Thank you for burning the fire. I could see your struggles. You miss your kids, don't you? Yeah. I seen you crying and falling apart. Thank you for burning the fire. I love you and I support you no matter what. And I give you unconditional belonging. And I'm not going to say things to hurt you. I'm going to say things to build you up. Okay, I'm going to looking at the chat. I mean, guys, don't think, yeah, you could say mean stuff to me. I'm not made out of adamantium. I just have an adamantium skeleton. So the soft, squishy parts of me, like my heart, you're definitely touching it. But when you attack me and you bring some tears in my eyes, I want you to know I'm hurting with you because I love you. I know that you're not wanting to inflict pain on me. I know that you want some love. I want you to get some love in your life too. Okay? You can come on here, you can attack me all you want, okay? This is a loving place where you could get empathy. And everyone in the chat likes my style, so they're going to give you empathy and love too. Here, drink some love juice. You're so adorable. Look at you. You're so cute. I'm just going to mother you. I want to be mothered too. I got a lot of tears, you guys. I got a lot of pain. So when you put stuff about my kids in the chat, you're basically saying, let's make Daisy cry. All right? Unless you're like, hey, Daisy, go look outside. Your kid, we brought your kids and they're sitting on a pickup truck with bows on all of their, big giant bows on top of their heads. That's what I want. I know it's not my birthday, but then I would love that. You could write that in the chat. I will go outside and see my kids. Otherwise, unless you want happy tears, please do not mention my kids. Okay? Thank you. Okay. Stop talking about my kids. Look, they're hugging. I make my stuffed animals hug because it makes me feel so happy. Those are actually from my daughter. Someone from the beach gave them to me to give to her. Oh, thank you. Look, I love when you guys do that. I didn't even know there was a puppy that could lick. Here, I'm going to puppy lick all of you. Look at you. I wish I could transform into a puppy and lick you. Oh. Okay. Stop talking about my kids. All right? Someone wrote, that's kind of funny. Now you're just trying to tease me. You're just going to make me laugh. Someone wrote, your kids have a new mom. That's kind of funny. I could tell you're trying to tease me. Your kids have a new mom now. That's pretty funny. All right. Bring them over here for a tickle torture. You guys are pretty funny. It's not very often you can make me laugh like that. You want to know someone who's really funny? Google this amazing goddess. She's really good looking and charming too. Daisy the Venice Healer. Oh, she makes me laugh so. Dude, I can't watch her videos. They're too funny. I have to turn them off. I can't. Some of the stuff I say, I have to like write it down. I'm like, dang, that was good. How did I forget that? You wanna know what I said this one time? I go to the master sergeant. I said, hey, you're in my biofield. Get out of my biofield. Because, okay, so the backstory to that, I had my tiny home project and I built 6 of these tiny homes. So the LAPD came in strong. There was like 50 parks and recs. LAPD, the master sergeant for LAPD was there, and then the chief of parks and recs was there. And he said that he was going to knock me to the ground or something. And then I go, well, I'm going to hug you. It's all on video. And then I said something really funny to Master Sergeant, because whenever they try to use violence, I just use love. So the backstory is Master Sergeant, she tried to handcuff me, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And I would run away. So they kept like coming close to me. So I don't want these cops near me. So I told him, I was like, yo, my biofield goes out past 12 feet. I was like, you gotta stay at least like 12 feet away from me. You gotta stay outside my electromagnetic field. So whenever they'd get close, I'd be like, yo, you're in my biofield. And I was like, totally serious. I was just like, you're in my biofield. It was so funny. Like, I couldn't believe I said that. Then there's this other time. Dragon's there, and like when he has a shower, I'll hug him. But it was like getting probably close to a month, and he's all stinky. It's like the do not touch or go near dragon time. And I look in his grocery cart and I go, ew, is that poop? Gross. And I just walk away. That's so funny. I have no idea how I come up with this stuff. I'm very genius and amazingly gorgeous. I designed myself like this. God told me, as long as I used my power for the glory of all of us, I could continue to increase my good looks and charm. So I was like, fuck yeah. How many of you guys heard about the SBE, Sugar Baby Elite? Has anyone heard about that? Scooter Girl says, I believe you. Super Squad. Okay. The SBE, the Sugar Baby Elite. So you know how a lot of disclosures happening? There's a lot of truth coming out. So the Sugar Baby Elite is an alliance created by all of the sugar baby powers of the world. Many of us have the fluffiest hair, the most curvy bodies, and the most flouncy and bouncy personalities. The Sugar Baby Elite was created not only to quietly and pleasurably enslave the world powers, but to liberate the whole wide world. We're basically like Playboy Jesus Robin Hoods, the Sugar Baby Elite. Ha ha ha, bum ba bum ta 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 ta, Sugar Baby Elite, yeah yeah, go. I can't believe it. Ha ha. When all of the sugar babies combine their powers, I can't take all this power. You could take it. Oh, it was me and Melania Trump. What? Ah! Our hair flounced uncontrollably. Oh, I can't. Did you cry? Amazing. All of a sudden, all of us grew 2 to 4 inches taller because our posture got so good. Our breasts become 47 to 52% perkier. Our lips 74% plumpier. And our figures of dollars. Slowly, we enslaved all of the world leaders. Resol Jew was up on stage. The sugar baby elite carefully planned for Kim Jong-un to be in the audience. She was like, oh yeah. And we had like a few other sugar baby elites who had failed before Resol Jew. They were not able to harness his power and wealth the way that sugar babies are supposed to. Resol Jew was able to. She's an amazing queen to this day. She has been acknowledged at the Goddess Heart Table's Sugar Baby Elite as one of the most successful, prominent sugar babies in the world. See, sugar babies in the Sugar Baby Elite do not give the global leaders any affection. They just give them affirmation. This makes them constantly starving for our love and affection. It's a withholding technique that we have to use in order to control them. Slowly, they release all of their power and money to the sugar baby elite. Dun 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 dun, and dun dun dun, flowers and plants and babies go everywhere. Dun 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 dun. The sugar babies want everything to be gorgeous and colorful and abundant with caviar and sparkles and rainbows and unicorns. Da la 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 la. Oh my God, I accidentally breathed here and now there's flowers. She must be part of the SBE. Of course I'm part of the SBE. I'm 14th generation. The Sugar Baby Elite was created because we saw that there were babies that didn't grow up and they turned into rich old man babies. These rich old man babies became so powerful that they were able to be in charge of entire countries. These old man rich babies started to destroy everything. They were just like smash, and there would be a tree and they'd be like, yeah, I don't like trees. Who would do that? Instead of giving love, they just smash everything like big babies. The Sugar Baby Elite was formed because we were like, no, this just won't do. This is not Totes Gorge. This is not what is up. And it makes my hair less voluminous to even think about it. So, in the name of all fluffification and beautiful animals and plants, the Sugar Baby Elite was created. So Melania Trump and I decided to go full disclosure. That's right. See, I'm still a member at the Sugar Baby Elite Foundation. However, I'm not currently an active member. That's why I was chosen to give the disclosure as a well-respected, world-renowned sugar baby, successful in entrancing and blinking my eyelashes like this. And then one time I did a hair flip, shoulder roll flip. It's been talked about at the Sugar Baby Elite Goddess Heart Table and will be spoken about for generations to come. So, the legendary DTVH, like who else was sent to give the disclosure? Donald Trump was a little bit surprised about the Sugar Baby Elite, but he approves because everyone knows Donald Trump has tons of sugar babies. And he actually agrees. He thinks it's a great idea. He loves it. He thinks women are powerful, and Melania Trump has been controlling him forever. So he does whatever she says. This is what she does. She'll be like, oh yeah. says, this is what she does. She'll be like, oh yeah, I like that one. And then he's like, oh, you like that one? Okay, we'll do everything that you say. She'll be like, oh, Jay cried. And he'll be like, oh, okay, we'll switch everything. Oh, don't blame you. It should have been blue. Can't do it like that. Like Melania Trump, one time she was like, oh my God, all of the sugar babies at the table were like, like, we had this beautiful mascara and eyeshadow combination just magically appear on all of us. It was incredible. So, this is obviously more important. Grooming, looking beautiful, feeling great, enjoying delicious food, getting affection, having guys do stuff for you, grazing, taking care of animals, having children who can name plants and animals instead of name brands and celebrities. Having a world where we care about all of life and are mystified by the magic every time we walk outside. That is the world that sugar babies are going to create, because we already are like, we're too fabulous to work. And Rebecca Olson is also part of the sugar baby elite. We're waiting for, she never shows up to any of the meetings though. The Olsen twins, we got them to join just to get Rebecca Olson to join. And Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen have not even been able to get Rebecca Olson to join. We were gonna make her queen and in charge of everything, because Rebecca Olson, we decided she has the most magnificent outfits and the greatest hair flip ever. Have you seen her hair flip shoulder? Oh, this is Rebecca Olson. Oh, I can't even do it. Like, it's like, there would be like shock waves. It's so incredible. So if anyone can find Rebecca Olson, we need to have her at the Sugar Baby Elite. Melania Trump and I and all of the global world leaders in the Sugar Baby Elite, because really it's us that run the world, not these old white man babies. We're working on them. Love takes a while. So first we have to let them cry and change their diaper and breastfeed them, and it's all figuratively. It's also satirically. Satire. Then the world will be free. Probably by this Christmas. Because after disclosure, like, now the jig is up. Everyone know that the goddesses have been running shit for a long time. So, you guys, someone says, please change the subject. All right, we won't talk about Sugar Baby Elite. I thought that was a really big deal. You guys, the Sugar Baby Elite, now that we're public, we're going to have a website, and we're going to have some publicity. So I'm just going to close the subject with that. All right? It's a really big deal. Okay. So this is my garden. These are all plants that I get. These are some sick plants that I brought back. That's from the fire station. These are all free plants I get. I go to Food Lines and stuff. And here's some plants I'm gonna plant. And here's a garden bed. This is like compost. And if you look inside here, there's so many spiders and bugs and so many. And they don't like if you move their home around. So that's from the Venice High School garden. And I go to all the different gardens, and I plant gardens all over the city. And then sometimes the city rips my heart out by bulldozing my gardens. And then I just keep planting more and planting more. And I tell all my neighbors they can't bulldoze all of our gardens. And I just keep thinking, like, life is abundant. The model of life is abundance. So I know it's a little discouraging that we're burning stuff down and bulldozing and killing life at such an alarming rate as we rake miles of the ocean and kill everything from seabed to surface, and burn down entire rainforests and destroy entire ecosystems as we cement up rivers. And as we take life, remember that we can also give life. And as quickly as life is being taken, we can give life. And as quickly as life is being taken, we can give life. And what if we, also resist what's happening, but what if we also put tons of energy into the opposite, into what we want? So that our energy, if it just all goes into resistance, then that's just not gonna help you guys. That's a stagnant place to be, and we don't want stagnation. We want movement, evolution, a love-evolution. And if we want it to be from love, we must have it not come from fear. So, drink some love juice. And if you do not, you will get your tickle torture. Tickle. You're too lovable. Dooba-doodle. Drink the love juice right now. No, I don't want to. The pain of having not been loved before is too great. And I'm worried if I drink the love juice, then that pain of having not been loved will come out and be released, because I will know what it is like to be loved. I will not drink. You drink it right now, my little dooba-doo. Okay, fine. I'm so lovable. The truth is, I really do know I'm lovable, but before I didn't. Before, if someone told me I was lovable, I would probably resist that information and not let it in. And if I looked in the mirror, I certainly wouldn't say something to myself like, I love you. And before, in my past life, before I did all this work on myself, saying something like that to myself, like I love you, would probably bring up a lot of tears. So if that happens for you, then you are not alone. And I love you, my little doo-doo. Look, you're so cute. Do you want to know something? When you are at your ugliest and most violent, you are the most lovable. Let that sink in. At your worst, when you feel the most shame, you are your most lovable. Let that sink in. The next time you dare to feel shame, and I dare you to, because I will tickle torture you, because you're too beautiful and lovable to ever feel shame ever again. And instead of shame, I want you to love yourself up, and I want you to experience what I call healthy mourning. I love you so much.